Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before we get started, I want you to ask yourself this question. Did you ever wonder if I'm trying to stand out using passion projects and other people are trying to stand out using passion projects or any other strategies, how are we actually going to stand out in this process? If you've been asking yourself that question, you're gonna love today's video, so stay tuned. For those of you who are here for the first time, my name is Julie Kim and I'm a graduate of USC and Harvard, now mentoring high school students to get accepted into their dream Ivy League and top tier colleges using passion projects. Also, I recently started an Instagram account and we are having so much fun there. I'm also sharing strategies and really connecting with you guys on a more personal level. So make sure to check out my Instagram and follow me. You're gonna learn a lot. So the Instagram handle is @Julie_Kim7. So we'll also go ahead and put in the link down below. So I'll see you on Instagram. All right, so back to today's video topic. You might be wondering, well, if I'm working on a passion project, and if that student is working on a passion project, and if that student is attending summer programs, how are we all going to stand out? So a lot of students who are working on their passion projects, they're working on it incorrectly. And I'm gonna share with you about 3 to 4 mistakes that students make when it comes to creating a passion project for their college admissions process. And you're gonna find this video so helpful because you're gonna be able to listen to the mistakes that I'm sharing and maybe reflect on, oh, wait a minute, I am doing something like that. Oh, I shouldn't do that. Or, oh my gosh, I didn't do step 1 for a passion project, which is finding your theme. And you can really look back and say, okay, I need to reorient my theme. I need to switch a couple of things for my passion project. And so I'm gonna share 3 to 4 mistakes that students make when creating passion projects. And when you can look at these mistakes and fix them and improve them, that's when you truly stand out. So let's go to the video where I talk about how you can stand out even when everyone else is trying to stand out. So let's go to the video.
So the number one reason why students are doing it the wrong way, and this might be you, so you might want to, pay attention and really consider whether you are making this mistake or not. But first of all, a lot of students are using passion projects as a portfolio. So they would go ahead and create websites or YouTube channels or what have you, and then they would just sort of like display what they did. It's sort of using it as like a digital resume, and that is definitely not a passion project. And even if it is a passion project, you're not doing it the right way. Passion project is not a portfolio, because if you're basically using a website to demonstrate what you've done in the past or what's on your resume, you're repeating yourself essentially, right? So that's the number one mistake. The second mistake students make with passion project is it does not align with their theme. And so, I say this phrase 1,000 times a month, but Ivy League and top tier colleges are not looking for a well-rounded student. They're looking for well-rounded, diversified students in their class. So if you're working on a passion project just to stand out or just to be like, okay, I have something unique, okay, hopefully it works, but if it does not align with your theme, it's not going to make a difference in your application. And so what a theme is, it's basically a combination of your academic interest, your personal interest, and your SPV, which is your strength, personality, and values. You have to have a strong theme for you to stand out, because when admission officers are looking at your application, they're looking at, okay, this student is full of leadership, this student loves music, this student is really interested in political science. Okay, we have a space for this student. But if every student is trying to be the same type of that, like, I'm a leader, right? Then you're not really standing out. You're just trying to copy what everyone else is doing, or you're trying to show that you're a leader, right? There are so many introverts. There are so many different types of students who get admitted to these schools. And so when you are creating your passion project, you need to first have your theme down. When my students enroll in my programs, they're like, oh my gosh, Julie, I want to create a passion project already. And I'm like, no, not now. We're going to first come up with your theme, finalize your theme, and then we're going to brainstorm your passion projects that align with your theme. Okay. So that's the second thing. Okay, the third reason why students are working on their passion project in an incorrect way is that they're not focusing on the story. No one cares about, okay, I got 400 service hours or volunteering hours, or I went to China this summer. If they do not convey your personality, your values, and essentially highlighting your theme. So every piece has a good story. So when my students are working on their passion projects, what I share with them is, okay, why are you doing this? What is your story? And where does your passion project fit in your story? So that's very important. You can't just like create a passion project or a website or work with a professor just because you think it's gonna add a spark to your application. No, because if you can't communicate your passion project in your essays, in your rec letter brag sheets, in your application, it doesn't do much. The fourth mistake that students make is they don't utilize their passion project in other parts of their application. So when my students reach out to professors, I have them talk about their passion project in their email. When my students write their rec letter brag sheets to give to their core teachers and counselors and external recommender, I have them talk about their passion project. So you want other people to validate your passion project instead of you being the only person like advocating for it, right? So that's another mistake that students make. And if you don't know, rec letters, recommendation letters are one of the most important components of your application. It could make or break your application. So it's very important that someone in your recommendation letter is talking about your passion project too. The fifth mistake students make is they'll create a passion project really quickly and they're just using it to like stand out. So when I visit their website, it has like a couple of pictures, it has a couple of content, a couple of blogs, but it doesn't really tell me why you're doing this. It kind of seems off from their original application. It doesn't really highlight your theme or your personality or your strength in any way. So essentially, it's really easy for college admission officers to look at a passion project or a website or whatever you worked on and say, oh, this kind of seems off. It looks like the student was just using this to stand out. Right? So if you're trying to create something so that you can stand out, then that's actually going to go against you for sure. So a lot of questions that I get is like, okay, how can I stand out? But that's not the right question to ask yourself. The question that you should ask yourself is, what is my value? What is my academic interest? What is my personal interest? And how can I highlight that in my passion project? And if I am serving an audience or if I am helping people, so for example, one of my students, he's working on a finance podcast because he wants to help younger kids have better financial literacy. So for him, it's like, what do they really need help with? What is it that they really need to hear from me? So that's what's driving his passion project. It should never be the other way around. It should come from, okay, these are the people that I'm helping. This is the information that I'm giving out. How can I make an impact? So that is essentially the 5 big mistakes that students make when it comes to passion projects. So just because you have a passion project doesn't mean that it automatically helps you stand out. You have to do it the right way.
All right, so I hope you enjoyed today's video, and make sure to start analyzing your passion project and how you can make it better. And if you really want to take your passion project to the next level without making any mistakes, I highly encourage you to join me for my free masterclass. So I'll go ahead and put in the link down below. All you have to do is put your name and email and you'll be taken to our free masterclass. And during that masterclass, I talk about 4-step framework that you need to follow to create a truly an amazing passion project. I also share a lot of my students' case studies and examples. So you're gonna find this very helpful. So join me inside the masterclass and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.